guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review. This review is for Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 5 Episode 2. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Let's just get right into this review because I have a lot to say about what went down in last night's episode. So at the very beginning of this episode, Amara and Safari were getting really cozy with each other on the couch. And as you know, if you watched last week's episode, Amara and Safari ended up going public with their relationship. Amara ended up throwing a birthday party for her twin daughters, and Safari ended up showing up and he gifted them 2 Rolex watches. And then the two of them kissed in front of everybody and let people know that was there, that the two of them are actually together. Now, a video of them 2 kissing at the birthday party was circulating around the internet, and the blogs ended up picking it up, and a lot of people in the comment section didn't have a lot of nice things to say. Now, Amara's sitting there on Safari's lap, and she's reading him all the negative comments about their relationship that were left in the comment section under the blog post about the two of them, and she starts questioning him about the things that people are saying. People were in the comment section saying that he doesn't pay child support for the 2 children that he has with Erica, and people were also saying that they weren't divorced yet, which is not true, and Safari cleared that up with Amara. He did say that him and Erica have been divorced, and he claims that he does pay child support. Now, we don't know if he does or he doesn't, but he told Amara that he does. And so Safari is getting pretty annoyed with the fact that Amara is letting everything that people are saying in the comment section get to her. But that's the reason why she shouldn't have gotten into a relationship with him in the first place, because why are you questioning him after you guys got together and you guys made your relationship public? Shouldn't you have been asking him those questions before you guys decided to make your relationship public? Now, of course, Erica Mena did make comments about Safari gifting Amara's 2 daughters with Rolex watches. She wrote in the comment section of the blog post that he doesn't pay his child support and that he didn't do anything for his 2 children's birthdays, but then he sat there and gifted her 2 daughters Rolex watches. And Amara said that she decided not to respond to what Erica was saying because she said she didn't want to feed into the negative energy. And listen, I agree with Amara on that. I don't think that she should respond to Erica because Safari's drama doesn't have anything to do with her. Honestly, I don't think that she should be in a relationship anyway because he has a lot of baggage and he has a really bad reputation. But I do think that it's best for her to stay out of Erica and Safari's problems because she doesn't need the stress, honestly. Shay is on the fence right now on whether or not she should stay in a relationship with her daughter's father because she says that he keeps playing with her emotions. He keeps telling her that he really wants to be with her and that he's going to marry her but has yet to do it. And so she gave him 365 days to marry her, and he was telling her in this particular scene that he wasn't ready to get married yet. But I was confused as to why he was saying he wasn't ready to get married, but he got her pregnant and now has a child with her. That doesn't make any sense to me. A lot of people seem to think that getting married is more of a commitment than having a child with somebody, but in my opinion, I feel like having a baby with somebody is more of a commitment than getting married because you can easily get a divorce and never see or speak to that person ever again. But if you have a child with somebody, you're always going to be connected to them. And so I'm confused by why he's saying that he doesn't want to get married to Shay yet. And I feel like Shay shouldn't have stayed with him this long, nor should she have had a child with him if she knew that he was playing with her emotions. Because if getting married is a big deal to her and she's been saying that to this guy and this guy still hasn't married her, I feel like she wasted her own time. This whole situation between Vonshae and Gunplay really annoyed me in this episode, not just because we know that he hasn't actually changed, but in this episode he was claiming to have changed when we recently saw a couple of days ago in the blogs that he was arrested because he pulled out a gun on Vonshae while she was holding their newborn daughter. And so Vonshae ended up making a post on social media saying that he's disrespected her too many times, that he relapsed, that he's been drinking a lot, and he's been getting very violent lately. And so she says that she's filing for a divorce. Now, I don't think that this beautiful young woman should have settled for this man in the first place. She's 24 years old, and in this episode, he said that she was a college student studying to get a PhD. So I don't understand why a woman with her whole life ahead of her will settle for a guy like Gunplay. Now, I know sometimes men can change after they've gone through certain things in life. They turn over a new leaf, but that's not Gunplay, and I don't feel like he should have pursued this young woman if he was going to bring all this baggage and drama into her life. Now, in this episode, Vonshae ends up telling Gunplay that she wants to throw a sip and see party so that everybody can come meet their newborn baby. And she says that her mother and father are going to be there. And that's when Gunplay got upset and said that he won't be at the sip and see because he doesn't like Vonshae's mom. Now, he does have a good reason not to like Vonshae's mom because Vonshae's mom doesn't like him and she was very open about not liking him. He said that she wrote him a 3-page letter disrespecting him and his family, which I think is wrong, but I don't think that her intent was wrong. She doesn't think that this older man should be in a relationship with her beautiful young daughter who has her whole life ahead of her and has a good head on her shoulders. And she just doesn't want this man to come into her daughter's life and bring her down. And I feel like Vonshae was saying in this episode that her mom has been very strict on her and her mom pries too much into her personal life. But after, Vonshae just posted on social media that she was filing for a divorce because Gunplay is arrested for pulling out a gun on her while she was holding their newborn daughter, I think she knows now that her mother was right the whole time. Safaree ends up going to shoot pool with Shay's boyfriend, and Shay ends up showing up, popping up on them, and she ends up sitting down and staying the entire time. Now, Safaree is confused as to why Shay is there because he feels like he should be able to have guy time with her boyfriend, but Shay was not having it, and she was clear with him that she doesn't like Safaree because he has a bad reputation, and she doesn't really want her man hanging around with him by himself. Now, she said that she doesn't distrust her boyfriend, but she doesn't trust Safaree, but I think she doesn't trust her boyfriend either because I wouldn't want my man to hang out with a guy like Safaree either. But at the same time, it's like if you don't want him hanging out with him because you feel like he's going to do something because he's hanging out with Safaree, then maybe you don't trust your man either. Now, Shay ended up telling Safaree that she was surprised at the fact that him and Amara are actually in a relationship with each other and that she was upset at the fact that Amara didn't tell her that they were together because she thought that they were closer than that. Now, Safaree ends up telling Shay that he has a bone to pick with her because he was really upset at the fact that she's the reason why their relationship going public went viral because she's the one who ended up recording the video of the two of them kissing at Amara's daughter's birthday party, and she posted it to social media, and then all the blogs picked it up. So now there's a lot of drama surrounding their relationship. And so he tells Shay that Amara actually has an issue with her posting that video as well because Amara feels like Shay's tone in the video was very shady. Now, Shay was being a little bit shady in her tone, the way that she said, oh, they're in a relationship together. I didn't know that, but if she's happy, I'm happy. She was a little bit shady in the way that she said it, and so they feel like she set the tone for how people feel about their relationship, but I don't agree with that. I don't think that Shay's opinion reflected on everybody else. I think everybody feels like it's stupid for Amara to be in a relationship with Safaree given his reputation. Now, Safaree's over here complaining about everybody being in him and Amara's business, but he puts his own business out there because he ends up telling Shay and her boyfriend that he's going to get a vasectomy because he doesn't want any more children. And now Shay is going to go back and tell this to Amara because she feels like it's important for Amara to know this. Zoe Brinks is new to this season of Love&HipHopMiami. She's an artist, and she said that she used to write songs for other music artists, but she said that she was tired of other people benefiting off of her talent, so she decided that she wanted to be in the forefront, and now she's trying to make music. Now, she said that she makes most of her money doing hair and says that she lives in her hair studio because she's trying to make sacrifices in order to make her dreams come true. Now, she's really, really nervous because she's going to be performing at Super Cindy's event. And, Super Cindy and Trina are in this event together, so she's really nervous because she's going to be performing in front of both of them. Zoe Brinks is really nervous because it's the night of Super Cindy and Trina's Cypher event. Now, Trina's just a special guest there because she's supposed to be there to check out new artists because, Super Cindy and her are trying to work on a project together. And so Trina ended up showing up to the event, and she was really rude. Like, she had a bad attitude the entire time. Now, I like Trina. I like her a lot, and maybe she was just having a bad day. She did say that she was really stressed out because she's been extremely busy, and she said that she had another event she had to go to after Super Cindy's event, so she was really not trying to be there. But she had a sourpuss attitude the entire time from the time she was walking into the event. She was complaining about the location, saying it wasn't up to her standards, and then when she walked in, she was kind of really rude to Super Cindy, and she was rude to Zoe Brinks, which I felt so bad for Zoe Brinks because she was really excited to meet Trina. She said that she was one of her idols, and then she meets her, and Trina is completely rude to her, doesn't want to hear her music. She gets up and tells Super Cindy that she has to leave. Literally, as soon as she gets there, she leaves. And it was just really rude. Even Bobby, who is supposed to be Trina's cousin, said that she was being really rude. Now, I can understand that she's stressed out and that she's been weighing herself thin because she's saying yes to too many things and she can't handle it. She said the last time she was this busy, she fainted, and I can understand that, but then she shouldn't have told Super Cindy that she would come to the event. So it's the night of Vonshae Sip and See, and Gunplay actually does end up showing up. Vonshae was able to convince him to come, and things were kind of awkward a little bit at first between Gunplay and her mom because her mom was kind of sitting away from him, and then he said some inappropriate things when he got on the microphone sexually about Vonshae, and her parents were sitting right there, which Vonshae did pull him aside and tell him that he doesn't need to do that anymore because it's just not a comfortable thing to do in front of her parents. And then they end up having a conversation, and he tells Vonshae that he's going to go talk to her mom. And she wasn't really happy with him going to talk to her mom because she didn't want her event ruined, but he insisted that he was going to have a conversation with her. Now, I was surprised that Gunplay was able to keep his cool during this conversation with Vonshae's mom, but I do think that it wasn't really the time or the place. Now, they end up talking because he ends up bringing up the 3-page letter that she wrote to him that he felt was really disrespectful. And her mom really didn't take accountability for that. I don't think that she felt sorry for doing it, which he should respect the fact that she's not going to apologize if she's not sorry, because I don't think that people should apologize if they're not sorry. She didn't even want to have the conversation. Actually, she shut the whole conversation down. But I do think that Vonshae's mom was right. I just feel like she doesn't have the right approach. She doesn't want this older man being with her 24-year-old daughter who she raised to have a good head on her shoulders. This girl is in school. She's really young, and her mom was really upset that her daughter married this man and had a child with him, because now look what happened. He's arrested for pulling a gun on her while she's holding their daughter. And now she's going to be connected to this man for a really long time because they have a newborn baby together. So it's just a crazy situation, and it's a lot of messiness. So at the very end of this episode, Amara and Shay end up having a really awkward conversation at Vonshae's Sip and See because Shay feels some type of way about Amara because she feels like Amara has been distant from her, and she feels like because Amara hasn't been telling her any of her business, she feels like there's an underlying issue between the two of them. So Shay and Amara end up having a conversation, and Shay asked Amara about what Safari told her because Safari told Shay that Amara had an issue with her posting that video of her and Safari kissing onto social media. And Amara did tell her, look, I didn't like that you did that. I felt like your tone was really shady, and I feel like you set the tone for how other people see our relationship. Now, like I said, I don't think that Shay's tone had anything to do with people's negative comments about Amara and Safari's relationship. People just don't really like Safari, and they feel like he's not a good guy, and they want to see Amara do better. But at the same time, people do got to mind their business and let Amara make her own decisions, and I feel like that's what Shay's having a hard time doing. Now, Shay said that the whole thing could have never even happened if Amara would have communicated with her and told her that she was in a relationship with Safari in the first place, and Amara told her that she doesn't need to tell her every detail of her life. And I can completely understand what Amara is saying. Just because you and somebody are friends doesn't mean you need to know every last detail of what's going on in their life. Maybe Amara didn't want to tell Shay about her relationship with Safari because she didn't know where they were going yet, and maybe they just wanted to keep it under wraps just to enjoy their relationship before it goes public and everybody's negative comments ends up coming out. Now, Amara ends up telling Shay that the reason why she didn't tell her is because she didn't want her to ruin it for her, which is crazy because I feel like Amara kind of really doesn't want a friendship with Shay, but Shay's the one who wants a friendship with her. That's how I'm feeling in this particular situation. Shay really does need to back off a little bit, though, because just because Amara isn't telling her every detail of her life doesn't mean that they have an issue, and that's what Amara told Shay, but Shay feels opposite of that. And then Shay ends up telling Amara that Safari told her and her boyfriend that he was going to get a vasectomy, and she said that she felt like she needed to tell Amara this information because she knows that Amara wants to have more children. Now, you could tell that Amara was a little bit bothered by the fact that Safari wanted to get a vasectomy, but because she didn't want to discuss this in front of Shay, she ended up telling Shay that she feels like she's wrong for even telling her that information and feels like Shay needs to mind her business and that she's overstepping her boundaries. Now, Shay gets so pissed off about Amara's reaction to Safari trying to have a secret vasectomy that she gets up and tells Amara that sometimes she's a stupid bitch, and she walks away. Now, I can see where Shay is coming from because sometimes Amara does kind of come off like an airhead because she's sitting there saying that Safari treats her so good and that you know, he really was pursuing her. Well, he did the same thing with Erica. He was really pursuing Erica and wanted to be with her so badly. And then once he got into a relationship with her, look what he did to her. I'm not saying she's innocent in the situation, but look what he did to Erica and a lot of other women who have dealt with him before. So I can definitely understand where Shay is coming from. And one more quick thing before I end this video. Safaree was filming Love and Hip Hop Miami around the same time that he was filming some scenes for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And he ended up going to Scrappy's party, and they asked him about his relationship with Amara because they saw the video go viral. And instead of him saying, yes, me and Amara are in a relationship with each other, he said that he's just single and trying to have a good time. So while Amara's over here trying to end friendships over people's opinions on her and Safaree being together, Safaree's not even claiming her. But those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video.